All right, mate. Well, thanks first of all for letting us come into the beautiful spot you've got up here.
No worries at all.
At home with the Volkanovskis, a fourth girl on the way, mate. Congratulations. A true girl gang. What do you love about being a girl dad?
What do I love about being a girl dad? I don't know any different, for one, but I mean, hey, I just know that they're going to look after daddy when, I'm going to need a lot of nurturing when I'm old, I reckon. I like what I'm putting my body through right now. I'm probably, you know what I mean? They're going to look after me, so really looking forward to that. It's awesome. As I said, keeps me accountable, you know what I mean? I feel like I've got a big responsibility to show them what a real man looks like, you know what I mean? So I try and set the best example as I can. And it's awesome. Nothing beats being a dad, of boys and girls, right? But yeah, I'm a girl dad. I was thinking, am I going to get a boy? I was like, all right, I'm not destined for boys, that's fine. Destined to be a girl dad, and I'm fine with that.
How was life?
And I needed the farm, I'm going to have like a little army now.
Mate, you could have
4 children.
10 or 12, a baker's dozen if you like.
Yeah. He said, no, I'm done.
How has life changed, and how has that, I guess, affected your ability to drive your career forward with each addition to your family? Because it's a lot to take on both inside the octagon and here at home.
Just having the right people around, having supportive family, you know what I mean? My dad and that's living with us here as well, so I've got the right people helping out. It's I'm still fully invested in my career, so still a couple of years where I'm going to still need that help while I do my thing. So it's just having the right people around you, you know what I mean? You do that and that's good. While I build the empire, you know what I mean? Keep that rolling, and just have the supportive family that I have, and friends and people around me.
Are you the kind of dad that arrives home, say from training or being out, right on sort of dinner bedtime, stirs everyone up, and then tries to get them to bed? Are you that kind of dad?
Nah, not really. Not really, you know what I mean? Like I will here and there, Emma will say, like, I don't stir him up, so I guess that does happen here and there. But no, I'm pretty, how could I say, like with schedules and stuff like that, like, I'm sort of set in my ways as well.
Big routine guy.
Huh?
Big routine guy.
I'm a bit of I'm a routine guy, and so we've how could I say, like, I want to be fun. Yeah, I'm obviously going to be fun and all that as well, but I don't want to just be fun. Like, again, I'm trying to set a good example. I'm trying to mold, the best human beings as I can as well. So, like, so you've got to be pretty structured as well. So, I'm going to try and to have. You get what I'm trying to say? Like with the structure, right? Like it's so even with. I can be boring. I can be very fun, but I can be boring as well because I am set in my ways, and that can get in the way sometimes. Where, we can have fun, but I mean mischief. You know what I mean? I'm trying to look. Am I looking too far down the track? Let me have that little bit more fun. I'm trying to find that perfect balance, right? Which I think everyone needs to be, which is difficult. It's hard. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? You don't know. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to do the best job I can. Sure. There's a lot of energy that comes in it, but that's okay, you know what I mean? So again, I try and be the fun dad, but at the same time, I try and make sure I'm, not just hold myself accountable, hold them accountable for their actions, and just mold them into good human beings. They're going to be able to look after themselves and not have to rely on other people.
Who's the disciplinarian, you or Emma?
I would say I am. Yeah, I'm more disciplined. That's what I mean. You get what I mean? I'm more. If you were doing the wrong thing, I'll send you to the room. I don't care if it gets in the way of things that I need to do. You are going to your room. You know what I mean? Like,
can you do it with a straight face?
Hey,
can you do it with a straight face?
It depends what's happened, because they'll throw some funny jokes in there that I need to sort of. Oh mate, like it's funny, when you sit there and they do something, you can't laugh and think, so they don't think, but you're like, oh, you're doing this, the cover your mouth type of things that you always do, but it's a tricky one. Yeah, it depends on what they do. Sometimes I can be serious, but sometimes I'm trying to be serious with a smile on my face.
What's your worst habit at home? What do you think drives Emma up the wall about you?
I don't know. Like I think probably. I think for me to be where I am, it takes a certain somebody to be who you are. You know what I mean? Again, I hold myself accountable. You know what I mean? I try and learn quickly. You know what I mean? So I expect everyone else to learn quickly. You know, if we're making mistakes, I want to fix it straight away. And I can't expect everyone else to have that mindset and mentality. Like if we do something wrong, it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to fix that now. I'm like, oh, yeah, even when it comes to parenting, right? Like I'm like, I think we need to do this. You know, this isn't working well because of this. We need to change it, and just expect, because I can try and make that change. I'd expect her to be able to do it. I think that can get quite annoying. It's like, and I'm like, oh no, you got to do this, and I'm trying to be all these calculators. Just like, she's just like, shut up, let me have my moment. You know what I mean? Like we're all entitled to having a moment here and there. You know what I mean? I have my moments too. So it's funny because I'm always, how could I say it? Yeah, I guess I could be annoying that way, where. Yeah, I want to fix something. I don't even know if it's right yet, but I mean, I'm trying to fix it. She's like, "It's don't need fixing. Relax. Like, calm down." You know what I mean? I'm just like, no. You need to change this, change that. So I guess that could be annoying. Does that make sense?
Yep, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like it's yeah. I mean, I try and problem solve always, but sometimes it's not even a problem to deal with, it's not even a problem to begin with. But here I am trying to fix something that doesn't need fixing. It's just a part of life. But I'm like, oh, fix this, It's just not how life goes. Just relax, enjoy it, you know what I mean? Like, let the kids enjoy it a little bit. They don't need a life lesson every minute of the day.
We're talking with your old man before you arrived here today. He's talking about you, how he's amazed at what you've achieved and how hard you work and your drive and your mentality. But on the flip side, Volk, I assume for you growing up, watching him go out and do his work every day, instilled that work ethic in you.
Yeah, exactly. So our parents were very hard workers. And yeah, it's always going to rub off on you. You know what I mean? It's people ask me, what made you who you are? What made you the champion, all that? What made you have that mindset, mentality? I'm still figuring all that out. But I mean, I think it's all, there's so many layers to it. I think it's the way I was brought up, from what I've seen, how I was brought up. I think there was a lot of stuff instinctively that I did. I think it was so many things, you know what I mean? Experience through life, it's just so many things. But definitely one of those things is, that blue collar, right? That hard working mentality. Is what I've always been out. I've just learned so much more through the process and got a better understanding of what that's all about and how I can accomplish even more or even dive deeper into that work ethic or mindset, and yeah, don't just work hard for the sake of it, know why I'm working hard and things like that, and just put everything in the right direction and make it work. So I guess, it's always been there, but I'm learning so much more. I'm learning how to capitalize on it a lot more now. So I've always been a hard worker, but right now I'm working hard in all different areas. Obviously in the gym, but trying to be the best dad I can be. Obviously media. You know what I mean? My own building the brand, my own cooking with Volk and all that sort of stuff. There's going to be a lot of traveling, and I think that was a bit of an eye opener for my dad because he never lived with us. He's like, I didn't realise how busy you were till I lived here. So it's but I mean, it ain't forever. I'm gonna bust my ass right now. Do what I need to do, and then enjoy this when the time's ready.
Why not? I'm told there's a deer hanging out the front there. Might have been shot recently.
You were told or you seen it?
Maybe both. What are we going to do with that? Are we talking sausages?
Sausages.
Yeah? Talk us through that process.
Sausages. So my dad's made some very good venison sausages. We got that last night. Again, it's a way of life, you know what I mean? Especially on the farm. Like, that's just how things are. And we've got plenty of, you got our veggie garden here. We get our own meat. It's pretty cool. Nothing beats that. Obviously, it is a process. It isn't easy to see, but at the same time, it's just something about it. Getting your own food, doing it humanely, doing it properly, and and then that whole process, especially for the cooking, and people, love to see it. Maybe not all of it. Maybe they don't need to get all of it, but I mean enough to know that. Yeah, we're doing it properly over here, so it's pretty cool. So they're venison sausages. Get a bit of pork fat because venison can be quite lean. In saying that, it was actually pretty fatty. It was a nice, well-fed deer. But yeah, bit of pork fat in there as well, and makes some really good sausage. My dad makes some wicked sausages, so I'm looking forward to that. Stay tuned, Cooker with Volk. Venison sausages.
We're just about to go there. You've cooked with a lot of fighters, a couple of celebs along the way. What's the dream kind of scenario for you in the kitchens there? A couple of chefs you watch or you've taken inspiration from, Volk? Who would you, if you're in the kitchen with, say, 2 people in the world, who would they be and why?
I mean, I want it to be fun, you know what I mean? I love going there and meeting cooks, seeing new things, and I love learning with my audience. Yeah, so I'm not no chef, right? So I like if you see everything I cook, I do everything that anyone can do, right? That's what I do. But then I love going and meeting up with actual chefs, people that know how to cook, you know, doing collabs and that. But it's great to see artists, right? These artists at their own craft, you know, like how good it is and learn. So, you know, I want to eventually maybe be in that situation. But I think I like that whole process better, learning more. And I think that's my dream way of doing it. How I'm doing it is go around, travel the world, try new things, you know, like learn with my audience, find new ways of doing things, maybe create my own things, you know, just have a bit of fun with it. And yeah, you know, that's how I want to look at it. I'm not expecting to be some crazy chef out of it or something. I want to make sure it's fun. And what we're doing now with it all is very fun, especially the collabs. Like I said, learning new tricks, and that's always good. I mean, there's a couple of collabs that I would like. I'm already in talks with some big people, so it'll eventually happen. But yeah, it's going well.
What's the best piece of advice you've either been told or you think you can give out now as a dad?
Best piece of advice? I mean, I sort of touched on it before. I mean, don't be so too hard on yourself. You ain't going to get it right every single time. Accept the mistakes that you will have. Try and learn from them. Nobody's a perfect parent. That's for sure. So it's when it comes to parenting, as long as you're trying. If you are actually trying, you know, your best, even if you do it wrong, at least you're trying. You know what I mean? There's probably a lot of people out there that aren't even trying, that don't care to do that. So the fact that you're trying is more than good enough. And, you know, be happy with that. Don't be too hard on yourself. Because, you know, we figure out every day we're doing things wrong. And, you know, we're trying to fix it. That's just how it is. That's just life, I guess, with everything you do.
Let's talk about the fight. 3 or 4 weeks out now. You've had a long layoff, one of the longest of your career. What excites you about getting into the octagon? Maybe separate from obviously the titles on the line again. What's really driving you this camp?
What's driving me? It's weird because it's just back to the process, back to fight camp and all that. You know, I've always trained very hard and things like that. But I think again, the one that excites me is getting back in there after the break. I know a lot of people are going to bring up the losses. Like, you know, I want the bounce back because of the losses. Yeah, it is that. There's more to it than that, though, right? It's he's old. You know, he's had a year, how long? Over a year off. There's a lot of questions. Again, everyone knows I love this position. I'm always talking about being the underdog and the doubters and all that, and rightfully so. They have every right to doubt me right now, and that excites me to go out there and show them, because I know I'm gonna go out there and I'm bringing that belt back to Australia. So I think I'm very excited to. You know what I'm very excited for? I learned so much in this break. I can't wait to be that same champion I was, but have the understanding that I have right now while I'm a champion. Because I didn't fully get it back then. I didn't understand what it's like to be the man outside of fighting and whatnot, and I get that now. So I think I can really enjoy the process. Yeah, it's going to be a responsibility. I want it to be. There's going to be a lot of sacrifices to it. If you want to be the best, that's just how it is. But I know I can deal with that because of that break I had. So I'm really looking forward to being that active, dominant champion, defending champion that everyone remembers, but with the understanding that I have now. Can't wait for that. You know what I mean? I just thought of that right now because I didn't really get it before. I did everything right. I was doing everything right to be champion, do all that sort of stuff, but I didn't get it. I just did what I had to do and didn't know why, and didn't know why having a break was difficult for me. I didn't get it. I didn't get any of that. I understand it all now, and in a very, very happy place, in a very comfortable with who I am outside of the octagon and inside of the octagon. So can't wait to be in that same position with what I know now.
Was there a moment during the layoff, Volk, where you contemplated retirement? You thought, you know what, I've achieved enough here. I've hit all my goals. Is it really necessary to come back? Did that thought ever enter your mind?
The thought did, I guess, not like hanging up, but I'm like, the thought would be there, do you still have it? They were more the thoughts. Not the like, oh, let's just pack it up. It was never that. But it's like, do you still have it? Because I'm in unfamiliar territory. I've never not been so active in the gym, or never had this. I've never lived. Never had my training schedule around life. It was always been my life around my training schedule, which was different for me. It was weird. You know what I mean? Like, so there was questions, even though I loved it. So I was like, man, this is good. Do you want to go back? So maybe that would come up. I was like, yeah, no, I still got it in me. But then, do you have it in you? Is it still there? And then I'd have to tell myself, once you flip the switch, it'll be there. Relax, you know what I mean? Don't, stop again, I'm an overthinker, right? So I'm always going to be overthinking. But so there was questions like that. So that's why I started camp early, because I wanted to commit early. I wanted to flip that switch and I wanted to feel it early. And I did. I'm more disciplined than ever. Haven't had a cheat meal for, I think it's 12 weeks now, 12, 13. We haven't had a drop of alcohol for maybe even a bit longer. Yeah, I've never done that before. You know what I mean? So I'm fully invested in this. You know what I mean? So it's good. It's going to be incredible, man. The big break, coming off 2 losses, bringing the belt back to Australia. This isn't just a big moment for me, a big comeback for me. It's a big comeback for Australia. I can't wait to do it.
Diego is 6 years your junior. He's riding a 5-fight winning streak, but probably hasn't faced the same calibre of opponent that you did on your road to the title and your defences. How do you assess his career to date and he is a fighter?
Yeah, man, dangerous fighter. I think he deserves this. Some people, it was quick, but I mean, being so active, fighting style that he has, beating Ortega, put him right there. You know what I mean? When you do all those things, people want to see you fighting for the belt, and so does the UFC. So it's no surprises to me, or I think anyone, that he's got this shot that me and him are fighting for the vacant belt. Lucky enough for the other people that might have thought they deserved it, that I'm going to be that active champ, that I'm going to go out there and be able to defend a few times a year and keep everyone busy. But what do I think of Lopez as a fighter? A very aggressive, dangerous fighter. But, mate, this old dog's still got it. And I'm going to show you that this old dog can take out the new school, no worries. Old school versus new school. You know what I mean? I feel, yeah, what is it? The cold, 35-year-old, over 35-year-old curse and all that sort of stuff.
That's the stat, yeah.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of things. Not phased for them, because I know I'm going to break them all. So I can't wait to do that and just show everyone what's happening. And again, this is against a new school. I don't have Ilya anymore, but I still got this young, dangerous pot prospect, the new school, right? That people think that I can't take out. So this is the next best thing outside of Ilya rematch, fighting for the vacant belt against someone like Lopez. So very, very happy with the position we're in, and can't wait to capitalise on it and conquer the division once more.
We see it in all sports, rugby, cricket, rugby league, basketball, whatever. Age eventually catches up with people, as it might be a step of speed there, a moment of reaction time there. In combat sports, can't take the hits like you used to. Why can you buck that trend, do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, I did the right thing by having the break and things like that. But again, you got to understand, these could be factors. I don't think they are. So I'm going to work around them anyway. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do what I need to do and capitalise on it and still fight my fight. You know what I mean? So there's the beauty of me. There's so many ways I can take this. You know what I mean? We obviously did a lot of tape on this guy. We're very, very comfortable with the game plan and what we can do and the matchup. I guess, through preparation, I'm busting my ass in there. You know what I mean? And I still got it. I know it. But I mean, the questions are going to be there. People are going to ask that. So there's only one way to show them is go out there and do it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yourself, Jack Della the month after on 315, Kai's fight being rumoured for a title shot as well. When these get lined up like this, mate, how much do you kind of reflect and think, yeah, this is a little bit down to me? Like, I've driven the narrative, this inspired this group of athletes coming through. Do you take pride in this little block ahead?
Yeah, I guess so. Like, there's so many of us that played a big part in that, and because this is a big market, you know, we've obviously got incredible athletes, but even the support that we have here in Australia is massive. So it's good because that trend's going to keep going. We're going to see many more champs from this region, you know, this part of the world, and now they've got the backing of Australia and the supporters to go with it as well. So I feel like there's a few of us that played a big part in that. So very proud. And not only that, you literally just touched on it. I feel like I get to roll this on. I'm getting that belt back. I'm telling you right now, I'm getting the belt back, 100%. Jack Della fighting for a world title. You said Kai fighting for the title. So much big things coming, and I'm telling you, I'm bringing it back. And it's going to roll on from there. So you'll be seeing a few titles coming back to Australia, even in 2025. So that's pretty cool to see. Very exciting times for Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah, Carlos was saying this morning that he'd love to see a UFC Performance Institute down here, a PI, because the talent is here, that the UFC should really come down and put firm roots in this part of the world.
And what is it like? As I just said, it's a big market. So many great athletes. Look at the new athletes at the Dana White Contender Series. They've always got Aussie athletes going on there because they're all excited. They're all great athletes, and it's a big market here. You know, we've got a good support from the fan base, even the government now, and everyone's jumping on board. You know what I mean? It's unreal. So let's just keep that rolling. Yeah, like I said, a PI would be great. You know, there's so much opportunity already here. Let's capitalise on that.
Is there a moment, Volk, in your career that perhaps we in the media or the fans out there overlook something that's personal to you, a special or important kind of milestone along the way that we perhaps overlook, that's something you think to yourself in, times you have to yourself, look back and go, yeah, that was particularly special?
Okay, yeah. I think you guys, I hope you agree, you guys would know this though. I don't think this is something that... as you said, that they wouldn't know. I think you know this, but it's not something that's talked about as much, right? Because everyone wants to talk about fights and what's coming up and all that. But I think one of my greatest accomplishments when people ask me, it isn't the title, it isn't world champion, it's the fact that I've been able to be myself through the whole process. So that's something that I'm very proud of. And I think a lot of people that, work with me, you're going to have your moments, cutting weight and all that. I hope Arabella thinks I'm a dream to work with. I hope you guys think that as well. But I mean... I just being me through the whole process, always try and give back to everyone, not only supporters, media, sponsors, everyone. And I guess everyone, they see the fight side, but they get to see who I really am. But I think the world gets to see that as well because that's who you see on stage as well. So, but again, I think everyone knows that. It's maybe not just talked about as much. It is behind the cameras. I get a lot of people that, even fans be like, oh man, everyone I've talked to said nothing but good things about you. Which that I love. I love hearing that stuff more than people being like, oh, you're a champ. Oh, I was like, oh yeah, whatever, you know what I mean? I don't really care too much about that. But when I can inspire people being good human beings, that really hits a lot harder, I feel.
How do you pick Diego Lopes apart then in Miami next month?
Pick him apart. Again, he's very aggressive. I think I can beat him anywhere. We know he's dangerous on the ground. We know he's dangerous on the feet. We know he's very aggressive. But I'm the guy to capitalise on that and make him pay. You want to come at me with that aggression? As I've said, if he doesn't, he wants to change it up, that's worse for him. His best chance is being very aggressive, hoping he catches me. That's what I believe. I think that's the only chance of anyone that competes with me, especially in the featherweight division. And that's just I'm confident in my abilities and myself. So he's going to come out guns blazing, which opens a lot of doors for me. So if anyone can capitalise on that, it's me, and I will. And you. Belt's coming back to Australia, UFC 314, I guarantee you.
Finish this sentence for me. By the end of 2025, Alexander Volkanovski is?
Two-time champ, and I wasn't going to go there. I was going to say GOAT, you know, and say that because I'm expecting to have 3 fights this year, and that's 2 defenses. So that's winning the belt back, 2-time champion, a couple of defenses. I mean, it's massive. That's huge. This is going to probably be my best year at this age. That's incredible. I mean, talk about the comeback. That's what people are going to remember. Is that what the question was? What people are going to remember? No. What am I going to be? That's it. Mate, that's exactly what I'm going to be. I'm going to be one to remember. This story is nowhere near finished. The end of 2025, you guys are going to be looking at something special, and we're going to keep that rolling.